On September 11th, a team of HDA students and some adults traveled from Heartland to Colombia. It was Shay and Caden's first time flying, and my, JC's, first time flying in a long time. We landed in Bogota at around 7 p.m. and arrived in Ibagué at around 3 a.m. The next morning, we had the opportunity to do some sightseeing of Ibagué with our tour guide, Camilo. Ibagué is known as the city of music, so we saw a college where students can go and study music. Later we went up into the mountains to do some more sightseeing and meet with a group who taught us how to make authentic Colombian coffee. The boys took every opportunity, no matter where we were, to have a push-up competitions. Titus, Dwayne, Caden, and Aiden got a chance to be baristas and make real Colombian coffee. That night, some of the team got to tell their testimonies at Lucia's church. The next day, we went to a museum that used to be a prison.
It's a 12-story. ¿Te acuerdas de Eduardo?
Afterwards, we got to help members of Lucia's church with street evangelism.
13 years old, I was going to juvenile and boys' homes. Cuando tenía 12 y 13 años.
That evening, the team was asked to join the worship team for a youth service, as well as the rest of the team sharing their testimonies.
When I was also trying to play sport.
Has anybody ever been through some hard times? ¿Alguno de ustedes ha estado en momentos bien difíciles en su vida?
Sunday morning, the team was again asked to join the worship team for their church service. We later went to a member of the church's house and swam in her pool while fellowshipping with the church's worship team. On Monday, we had the opportunity to go to a park with a lot of homeless people to share the gospel and pray for them. Dwayne told his testimony while the team from Lucia's church handed out food and gave them haircuts. That night, we had our last service at Lucia's church. Pastor Dave Barton gave a wonderful message and altar call. We also said our goodbyes to the team at Lucia's church. The next day, we headed to Fusagasugá to meet with Pastor Mauricio and Marcela Correa. We got to meet the children who go to school at the church and play some fun games with them. Then went to a home for the elderly where Titus got to give a word about Jesus fulfilling our lives.
It's us sin. Y nos separa del pecado. He comes and builds this bridge. Él viene y él. I thank you for listening and hearing my voice right now. Te agradezco por cada persona que me está.
We also got the opportunity to pass out Bibles and pray for anyone who needed or wanted prayer. On Wednesday, we joined Pastor Mauricio's church for a morning prayer meeting and time of fellowship. We went to a school where Simeon and JC each gave a short message about what it means to fully submit yourself to God. Afterwards, we prayed for the students, and some of them even wanted to resubmit their life to Christ. Later that evening, we said our goodbyes and headed back to Ibagué. The next morning, we attended a pastor's conference, which Pastor Dave and Miss Judy spoke at.
Y él le ha llamado a alcanzar su esfera de influencia.
That night, we met with Pastor Diego and Claudia to attend a meeting with all the leaders of the church. We were invited to speak to the youth at a school for troubled kids, which Pastor Diego taught at. We told our testimonies, spoke words that God had put on our hearts, and answered questions from the youth. On our way to the airport to send off Dave and Judy, we met the cutest kid named Samuel. We said our goodbyes to Dave and Judy and headed to Nazareth. The girls went and met with the women of the neighborhood, while the boys put in fans at the meeting place for the community. Later that night, we had a youth meeting with the teenagers from Nazareth.
But somebody very special sent us with a job to do.
Pero alguien muy especial nos envió con un trabajo.
The next day, we went back to Nazareth to spread the gospel and do skits for the children of the community.
Se mejoraron. Vamos, mejórate. ¿Y qué pasó? ¿Puedes ver? Apuñaló a Jesús. ¿Y saben qué pasó con esto? ¿Por qué no le damos un aplauso? Cayeron en el piso como si estuvieran muertos.
Porque nosotros confiamos en ti con tu fe. Porque nunca nos dejas.
We had the opportunity to hand out breakfast to kids who don't know where their next meal is going to come from. We later had a youth meeting at Diego's church. During the meeting, half of the team went and spread the gospel door to door, while the rest of the team had worship team practice for Sunday service. On Sunday morning, half of the team joined the worship team, while the other half taught the kids in Sunday school. Mr. Toro spoke about running your race God's way. After service, we ate lunch and said our final goodbyes as we headed back to Bogota to leave the next morning. We would like to thank Heartland Community Church and Heartland Christian Academy for allowing us to go on this trip. We really felt the hand of God, and we cannot wait for the day that we get to return and see all of our friends again. Remember to always keep the people of Colombia and the pastors doing the work of God there in your prayers.